Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, we're making a Valentine's Day fairy doll. She's obviously perfect for the month of February, and I had a lot of fun at making this sweet little doll, so let's grab some supplies and get started. Now the first thing you're going to need is obviously a fairy doll. If you are new to making fairies with me, click on the video in the upper right hand corner. You can actually just click right on the video and it will take you a tutorial where I teach you how to take a wooden bead, a piece of floral wire, and some embroidery floss, and twist it into this cute little doll. And you can see I've already given my little doll a hairdo here. She's got a ponytail. I do have a lot of different fairy doll hairstyles on my YouTube channel, so you can check those out there. And then I have some iridescent kind of shiny thread that we'll be using to dress her with. I've got some cute embellishments to go on her dress, and at this point I wasn't quite sure what I was going to use, so I just had a whole bunch of sequiny hearts and flowers, and then I found these cute little wooden hearts that I thought would be fun to add onto our fairy doll as a Valentine. Then you'll need some flower petals, and I actually just gathered up a bunch of different white and pink flowers that I had randomly left over from other projects and decided to use those. And so I've got some white here and some pink. Obviously red would be really cute too. And one of my favorite flowers that I have is this really pretty lace flower. And I thought it would be really fun to add this to her skirt, and a fun way to do a Valentine skirt for her. Then I have my glue gun set on low and a sharp pair of scissors and some glitter, some some fine sparkly pink glitter, and then some bigger chunky glitter. I thought it might be fun to use both. And let's get started. So your first step is to make your fairy doll. Once again, you can click on that video in the upper right hand corner. So go ahead and create your doll, and then decide which hairstyle you'd like for her to have. You can leave it down. The ponytail hairstyle is a little bit more advanced, so if you're new to making fairy dolls, you might just want to stick with leaving her hair down. The hair is always the hardest part, but once you get a hang of it, it does take practice and you will get better. So once you have her all formed, then you're going to dress her. So I took my iridescent thread here. It's white and iridescent, so it picks up the different color and just looks kind of shiny and a little bit more Valentine Day-ish. And I dressed my little fairy doll. And then I'm going to grab my flowers. So I have my pink flower, and I'm just going to pull these apart and kind of set them in piles, and then I'm going to start playing around layering these different flower petals together. So you can see the lace, and the lace petals on this flower are very, very delicate. You have to be careful not to stretch them out too much or to rip them. So I just kind of started playing around with different looks and different ways to layer these different flower petals to give me a white and pink Valentine looking skirt. And I decided to add a couple of the darker petals in there just to give it some more, just to make it more interesting and give it some more depth. So once I have that all figured out, I'm going to go ahead and cut an X into the middle of each flower so that I can put it up and around her waist. And I'm going to start with the shortest layers, or the smallest flower petals. So the flower petals that are going to go on the top, we're going to start with those and slide them up and around her waist in the order that we want them to lay. And I kind of stop and look at it and make sure it's the way that I want it to be as I'm going along. And once I have that all arranged, I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to add small dabs of glue in between the different layers to attach the skirt together and just to hold it into place. So working slowly and small dabs of glue. And like I said, the lace is a little bit trickier to work with. It's very delicate, and you don't want to get too much glue on it. So I worked very slowly on this part and just made sure that those flower petals were glued down exactly where I wanted them to be. And ta-da! This is what your sweet little doll looks like. And then I'm going to go back and add a few dabs of glue to the back of her skirt because we want it to stay in place. Then I decided to start playing around with the embellishments. So I thought these little hearts were really cute at the bottom of her skirt. So I grabbed a few of them. I'm taking a small dab of glue, and then I'm putting the little sequin heart right at the tip of the flower so you can just barely see it hanging at the bottom of her skirt. And I put those all the way around on the bigger petals on that bottom layer of her skirt. And I found these in a big pack at Hobby Lobby. I believe I got them last year, but I'm pretty sure they have them this year as well. And then I decided to add some glitter around her waist. So I grabbed my glue gun, added a little bit of glue right around her waist, and then I'm going to sprinkle some of this fine pink glitter over it, and I made a gigantic mess. Got glitter literally everywhere. So if you do this at home, make sure that you grab a piece of paper so you can catch the glitter with the paper. So after making the gigantic mess, I decided to find a scratch piece of paper to catch my extra glitter, and I'm taking my glue gun and I'm going to add some glue up at the top of her dress right by her shoulders. So I just put it on the very edges of her shoulders, and then I decided to actually create a V in the front of her dress right at the top to kind of add a little bit more sparkle, and just tap off the excess. And then I added a small dab of glue and put on this little heart rhinestone. They're actually rhinestones, not sequins. I don't know why I called them sequins. They are a little pack of heart, crystally little rhinestones. And I added just a couple around her waist to kind of repeat the little hearts that are at the bottom of her skirt. And then I'm taking this little wooden heart that I got in a package at Hobby Lobby. I'm adding a small dab of glue right on her hand, and then I'm going to put the heart right on that so it's adhered to her hand like she's holding a Valentine. Hold that into place, and that is it, guys. You are all set. You have this sweet little Valentine fairy doll that is red and pink and white and has hearts and glitter, and is just a really fun Valentine fairy for the month of February. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please post those below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. That would be awesome. And if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can check out some of my other tutorials on my YouTube channel or at untitlyedartist.com. I also have some other fun Valentine Day tutorials on my YouTube channel. I have this really fun little Valentine fairy door. I actually have a few different fairy doors on my YouTube channel, so if you're looking for some more fun projects for the month of February, I do have some on my YouTube channel, so be sure to check those out. And if you haven't already followed me on Pinterest, go ahead and do that. I love to see other people's fairy dolls they've created, and it's a great place that you can post a fairy doll with the hashtag #UntidyArtistFairyDoll. And I also post upcoming tutorials that I'll be putting on my channel, little sneak peeks on my Instagram account also. So thanks again, you guys. I appreciate your support so much, and we'll see you next time.